2017 ordinary level question C1. First thing we're asked to do is on the drawing supplied, draw a vertical section of profile line AB. Then we're asked that the outcrop points on the surface are stratum of ore, draw the plan and elevation of the triangle CDE, very easy. And then the last hard bit is the strike and the dip. Okay, so on our map we're going to do that now. So the profile line is AB. We're asked to draw it up in this section up here. If we look at the contours of that section, we go from 40, highest point is 55, 65 is the highest, and then the lowest is 35. So what I am going to do is this bottom line for me is going to be 30. And then I go up 5 millimeters for every other one. Okay, so wherever the line AB crosses a contour, we're going to bring it up to its corresponding line. The first one is starting on 40, so we'll bring it up as far as 40. The next one then is coming up to as far as 35. The next one is also 35. Then 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65 and 65. Then 60, 55, 50, 45, 45, 50. So we'll track and trace them. The first one is 40. So put in our dot at 40. The next one is 35 and 35 and 40 and 45 and 50 and 55, 60, 2 65s, 60, 55, 50, 45, 45, 50. Next one then goes to 55 and the last one is to 60. So up as far as 55 and the last one then goes to 60. Again, we put in our dots. They don't need to be as big as mine. I'm just doing that for clarification purposes, okay? And I will join them up with a nice fluid curve. Alright, and that's the profile of the land. Now this time we're not asked to do anything with it, but you might be asked maybe to put in a telegraph pole or a ski lift or whatever it might be, and you might even broadband. Can you see one from the other? So for example, if you had broadband down here or a house down there, would you be able to get broadband if the telephone mast was over this side? You wouldn't, because of the mountainside blocking it. Okay, the last thing then that we have to do is part B asks us to draw the plan and elevation of the stratum of ore CDE. So we're going to draw CDE, join it up together. So that's our plan view of CDE. We're going to bring them up to the corresponding heights in front elevation. So E is on the 35 contour, so therefore it'll come up as far as 35. That's E. D is on the 65 contour, therefore it'll come up as far as 65. And C is on the 45 contour, therefore it'll come up as far as 45. We'll join them up. What you do in one view, you must do in the other. So what we did in plan view, we'll do in front elevation. Now we have our laminar plane. Okay. Now, the strike and the dip. The strike will find you the dip. The strike, by definition, is a horizontal line. Now, a horizontal line can only be visible from your front elevation. So we pick the middle height and we bring that across to create C1. What you do in one view, you must do in the other. So if 1 is there on the line ED, well, it must be on the line ED in plan. That is where 1 is. So therefore, C1 is our strike. It's also a true length line, which means I can look along the line to find the dip. Now, what we can do here is, if I do it this way, we can take our strike, we can draw in our x1, y1, and then we can bring all of our points along at the same angle as the strike. So all three lines are parallel to the strike. Now the heights is an auxiliary view, an additional view. We go back 2 views, 1, 2. E is the lowest height of 35. So I'm going to put that here. Okay. C is 10 millimeters above that at 45. And then D is 65, which would be 30 millimeters above 35. And they should be in a straight line. If they're not in a straight line, you've done something incorrect. To identify the dip, we highlight it with an angle and we say that that is the dip. So the dip is the angle of inclination that this plane makes with the ground or the horizontal plane, the XY line. And that's the solution to the 2017 exam.